Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rita. If you're new here, I'm a travel advisor and I specialize in retreats on cruise ships for your company or for your business clients. So welcome back. I am aboard the beautiful and new MSC Seashore. At the time of recording and me being here, it is not currently sailing to actual passengers. It is like the pre-inaugural sailings that has been opened up to, of course, different VIPs and people like me who are travel advisors to go ahead and make videos like this for our clients who are interested in sailing MSC or potential clients. So welcome. First off, in this first impressions video is this cabin is gorgeous. I remember, there's going to be a little bit of comparisons because I recently sailed on the MSC Divina, and I didn't really feel at home in the MSC Divina. Now I will say, lobby wise, it felt like home. Funny enough, it feels more like home. The lobby here on the Seashore feels like very edgy and like too cool for school and just not like comfortable. Like it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable, but it doesn't have like that welcoming feeling to me. I don't know, like I don't want to say it's not bad, but it wasn't like cozy like how the Divina felt when I got on board. Now, as far as this cabin, so if I'm comparing with the Divina, the color scheme was like very like darks, and so like dark wood and then this dark burgundy-ish red color. And normally I like the dark colors, but I wasn't really feeling it. So when I came through my cabin, but I also had toured a couple other cabins, it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air, and it really feels homey and comfortable. I don't know if it's just because it's a new ship and a new cabin, but I really liked it, and I am so stinking excited. Like I am looking forward to being able to sail back on here again. This was only a one-night cruise. So let's do kind of like a general, so that's the cabin. I think the cabin is much better set up. I mean, it is a newer ship, whereas the Divina debuted, I believe, in 2013. So it's almost 10 years old, so things have to be a little bit updated. Now, I'll say on the Divina, I felt like a lot of the public spaces were updated, but there were a couple things that needed to be updated in the room-wise. So that's my first impression cabin-wise. Food, I was really impressed with the food on here. I will have to say I wasn't that impressed with the Divina food. And I have special dietary needs if you watch some of my other videos, but I was really liking a lot of the different options. There's so many more eateries on here, so there are those options that I was missing out on the Divina. And for that, like I'm kind of, I feel like MSC has almost been redeemed in a sense, because I had been thinking when I got back from the Divina, I'm like, I don't really know if I'm really interested in doing that again. But I'm so happy that I had this opportunity, because I am so looking forward to like being able to sail either on Seashore or Seaside is like the sister. I toured the yacht club, which is magnificent. If you want to have a highly personalized, highly customized, you get a personal butler when you're in the yacht club, you let me know. I loved the pool deck area because it was nice and quiet. Now that could be because we're not at full capacity here on this sailing. Or it could have been like that's just the general atmosphere. Something I did not get to see was the infinity pool, but I'm not really a pool person when I come on cruise ships anyway, so I was like, also, I was like in a mad rush to get so many things accomplished before it started raining here in the Miami area. They have like this, I think it's called the jungle pool. It's like kind of been a whirlwind. And it reminds me a lot of the solariums that Royal Caribbean has. And I love the theming and like the calm, smooth like atmosphere and feeling. And then there's a kids area called Pirates Cove. And I didn't know that was the name until afterwards, but when I explored it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my inner child would be so, so excited to be here. It is decked out like pirate ship. It's like a pretty much a small water park for kids. So I don't think somebody like myself can go on it unless it's okay for big kids to go on. But I just thought it was so, so cool. So that was like one of my jaw drop moments. I thought that was really neat. The other jaw drop moment was they have this sushi bar here on board, and I think the name is Kaito. I could be wrong though, because again, it's been a whirlwind of a day where the plates, it's like one of those traditional where the plates like just slide by in front of you, and if something piques your interest, you just take it off and you go ahead and consume it from there. It was so, so cool. It's kind of like I've seen it happen in so many times in like TV and movies, and I got to experience it in real life. The entertainment, so, so good. I saw the show. It was Coast to Coast. Honestly, like not really my favorite show in terms of like story, because I was thinking like Coast to Coast, we're going to different world coasts. And it was really like different parts of the United States. So I was like, we probably need just a different name, but the performances were amazing. Both the singers and the dancers, like 2 thumbs up because they were incredible. I've been walking around listening to some of the musicians. So, so good. They are so incredibly talented. First impressions on crew. I loved my crew on the Divina, so it was no shocker to me that the crew on board here at the Seashore is just as spectacular. Oh, I will say, I love the theater on the Divina better than I do here on the Seashore. I think it's a little too, I don't know how I would describe it, like corporate. I don't know if like that's the best way to describe it, but it just, I felt like, yeah, maybe corporate really is the best way to describe it. I think those are kind of like the main things. So I touched a little bit on entertainment. Activities, I honestly don't know because there weren't any activities that happened like during the day, especially just the 24 hours. It was really touring the ship, touring some of the rooms, and getting some education from MSC. So I can't really speak on the activities portion. Cabin, love. The ship is beautiful. I will say it's got like a different type of beautiful, because I remember being on the Divina and being like, oh my gosh, because the Divina is just gorgeous. I think this is a little bit more modern, contemporary, not classical. So if that helps at all, I think like those are kind of on point words. The specialty dining was great. Main dining was great. Service has been amazing. I caught my cabin steward. So I will say it was so awesome to like be able to talk to my cabin steward, because on the Divina, my cabin steward kind of like didn't take that initiative. So I didn't know who they were till like really the end of the cruise. And I'm only here for one night, but he had like a little conversation. There was a little issue, like nothing that I was complaining about, just something I wanted them to be aware of that was happening in the bathroom. And like he came to immediately like help or like take care of it. So yeah, it has been so good. Now I will say, kind of like going in the specialty dietary needs, like I kind of knew what I was getting into, and I walked through the buffet, but I didn't like really get a chance to meander about everything. But I still don't think they're being as like labeling the different foods that are up there as to like what dietary needs or restrictions each of the meals has. I was just gonna mention, but at the dining room, I had really great service. The head waiter or server, he came and took care of everything for me, made sure everything was gluten-free. I had a delicious gluten-free dessert, which is amazing. There was one other point that I wanted to make, but it's getting away from me. I'm sure it will sporadically come to me at some point, but let me know, what did you enjoy listening about my first impressions of the MSC Seashore? If you have any questions, of course, please leave them in the comments for me. And if you are interested in booking your next cruise on the MSC Seashore, go ahead and head over to the contact form, which is in the little notes section. And I look forward to helping you. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one.